Hi again, everybody. This is Dan from Prayer Warriors, along with Coco, the Wonder Dog, who is exhausted. It looks like she just got back from rescuing Timmy from a well again. Something wrong with that kid. Let's talk about King Hezekiah once more. This time it's his blunder with the Babylonian visitors. Um, Now, I always provide links below, and these are the meat of each issue. I'm not the expert. I just want to, in brief videos, point you to the real experts and get you to do Bible studies on the best way is always verse by verse, chapter by chapter studies. And I can recommend various teachers. It's always good to have a couple of them because you don't want to just rely on one person. They may be 95% right, and then that 5% you can pick up from somebody else who's 95% right, you know. So it's good to have a couple people to rely on at least. Now, we talked about the great victory Hezekiah had in answer to prayer to the Lord. The angel, of course, was sent to destroy the Assyrian army, 185,000 soldiers that were camped outside Jerusalem. Then Hezekiah was told he was going to die, and through his prayers and tears, God mercifully extended his life 15 years. Manasseh, his son, was born during this time. Upon succeeding Hezekiah, was probably the most evil king. We talked about that, of all the kings in Judah. Now, near the end of his life, we talked about Manasseh did repent and was restored. But the damage had been done, and then his son Ammon took over, and he was just as bad as Manasseh had ever been. Now, after Hezekiah's healing, this is the point of this one, I think he was feeling lots of pride and just full of himself. Babylonian envoys visited Hezekiah after hearing about his illness. Now, Assyria was on the way down, and Babylon was rising and would soon become the dominant power and would wind up conquering Judah. Foolishly, Hezekiah showed them around, showed them all the treasures he had in his armory, his house, everywhere. Isaiah came and found out from the king and prophesied. He was upset. He prophesied that Babylon would come and take everything he had, and even some of his sons, and make them into eunuchs. Hezekiah's response, rather than being embarrassed and crying out, was, well, the word of the Lord which you have spoken is good. For he said, will there not be peace and truth, at least in my days? In other words, it's going to hit my sons and grandsons, but that's okay, as long as it doesn't bother me. Overall, though, he was a good king that was faithful to the Lord in most things. He also performed quite an engineering feat, digging a tunnel starting from two different ends and working towards each other, thus providing water to the city of David during a siege. I've got the links below again, and may God bless you.